Be ready for narcissistic rage, okay? Once the narc finds out that you know their plans and you figure them out, be ready for these people to act out. Right, when? Be ready. It's real. So, now, Divine Kings and Queens, you gotta understand, right? I've been going through it. And so many people, one by one, they have sent so many people my way just to test the waters, just to gain information from me. Because this situation, it's not just a simple situation. It's not just a little situation. It's a deep, profound situation where it's not just me dealing with that narc. It's not just me dealing with those narcissists or those people who came around me, who came after me, all those people they paid to be in my life, to destroy me. It's not just about that. It's bigger than me. And this whole situation is godly. I'm not saying godly in the sense of something that is great, that is divine, but I'm saying it is godly in the sense of the things that I'm learning, the things that I learned, the things that I am going through has a lot of knowledge, has a lot of divine knowledge, has a lot of divine wisdom within, throughout this whole situation. I'll tell you this, many people go to school, okay? Many people go to school to learn about the narcs, to learn about narcissistic behaviors, how they operate, how they do things. But the Most High God gave me a front seat to this whole shenanigan, to understand, to learn, to see, to observe, and to gain my knowledge. So when I encounter the next brother, the next sister who is going through the same thing, so I can be happily express myself to them and let them know, how is it so? Why is that so? What's going to happen? How does it go? So now, Divine Kings and Queens, that person that you're dealing with, that narc, and like I said, man, it's like a global virus within our system. We all are computers, my Divine Kings and Queens. So it's like a global virus going on all around the world where we have to deal with those type of people. I never really knew that. I knew they were evil. Okay, I grew up in Haiti. I saw all type of crap. Okay, I saw witches flying. I saw all type of crap. I saw people dying. I heard people people like. When certain people kill certain people, right? And then they go and wake them up from the cemetery, and then they gotta travel with them certain ways, certain path, or come, travel by my house. I heard people crying, screaming, "Let me go!" I didn't do nothing wrong. Look, I heard and saw all type of crap, but I never knew that, those type of people existed. All right, I never knew. I never really knew. I knew they were evil, but I was never being exposed to this type of level of evilness. Okay, so now once that narcissist finds out that you figured them out, and then the narcissist plan to destroy your life, guess what? Even when you walk, this person's gonna have a problem with that. Even when you're breathing, this person's gonna have a problem with that. Well, no matter what you do, this person is going to have a problem with that. This is gonna start any little thing. Yo, I'm living it. I see it. I know a lot of you be like, "Hey, JD, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" You're not living what I'm living, brother, sister. You're not living what I'm living. Okay? So God had to send me, had to send me to these people's lives so I could learn, so they could learn who God is. Remember this. I was supposed to go through this for a cycle for 7 years, all right? But these people tried to prolong it, all right? So then at the end of the 7 years, I had a really interesting and really profound conversation with the narc and her family. I told her, I'm like, look, you know, I was supposed to go through this with you for 7 years. And then I told the narc years before, like probably like 2 or 3 years within the relationship, you know, so-called relationship, because these people got paid, you know, the narc got paid to come in my life to destroy me, okay? So, and I told her, I'm like, listen, baby girl, if you're not going to listen to what I'm telling you, because I'm in your life for a really profound divine reason, okay? So if you're not going to follow what I'm telling you, you know, if you're not going to follow the knowledge and the wisdom that the Most High God put in me, put through me, so I can express that to you, well, what's the point of me being around? So I might as well just go ahead and live my life, all right? But God said different. You know, but do you know how many times I cried to God, yo? Do you know how many times I wet my pillow? Do you know how many times, yo? You have no idea. And I told baby girl, I was like, listen to me, man. God loves you, yo. God just wants you to change your ways. And hopefully by you changing your ways, you can help your mother, your father, the ones who are around you, to change their ways as well, yo. But those people, all they're worrying about is money. And a lot of people never really think about this spiritual side of things, where God got to put certain people within certain families, and then got to put certain people within certain areas, so those people can learn, can understand about God, can know who God is. Remember the vision I told you about, how God was like, hey man, you know, you got to express yourself. You got to tell people about me. You got to tell people about what's going on. This is what I'm doing. But you really think I care about views? You really think I gotta care about who's watching the videos? The videos are going to reach the amount of people who needs to hear what I'm saying. I don't care about all of that. I would rather be by the river somewhere in the islands, fishing, you know, cooking by the water, writing me some poetry, praying, meditating, calling on God, building my connection with God, trying to know how God operates, who He is. I don't care about none of this, yo. I do not care. So now, divine kings and queens, those narcissists, they really thought that God was just like something simple. Like, okay, oh yeah, he believes in God. Okay, so what? You know what? Let's just rally up all type of people that we can. You know, first of all, his family already riding with us because his family paid us. His family had a type of contract, type of agreement with us, okay, to share some type of money. You know, if it was to get rid of him, if it was to murder him, if it was to do all type of crap to him, for him to end up in a jail cell, for him to end up like in a psychiatric center, you know. His family is okay with that. His family knows how many times we poison him. His family knows how many times we trying to put stuff in his drinks and his food to make sure that he goes cuckoo crazy. Okay, his family knows that. So his family will ride with us if anything was to go south. This is a well-organized crime, divine kings and queens. So when those narcs, when that narc, because there is someone who is close to you, and that person can be a partner, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. It might even be the person you married to. It's why a lot of marriages nowadays, they go south. Okay, a lot of brothers nowadays are in the streets, yo. A lot of sisters too. A lot of brothers are in the streets because they, when they get married, they lost everything. And then one thing about this country, the United States of America, one thing is about this country, all right? They give the woman all the rights, which, you know, the sisters, you know, yeah, deserve all the rights. But the way that they be doing it within the system is so messed up, yo. So much injustice. So many injustice.